Good Monday traders, and welcome back to the Forex Board Trading Academy once again. In today's video we will be looking at the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen currency pair on the lower time frames, 1 hour and 4 hour charts. But before we get started, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only and should not be considered as the financial advice. And before we get started, also don't forget to click that subscribe button and the notification bell to follow our market updates as well as analysis. So let's get started with the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen currency pair. What we see here on the 4-hour chart is that the trend remains bullish. This is quite obvious. And the very important thing here is that there was this resistance area formed near 117.60. There were 3 bounces in total, 1, 2, 3. Then we had this break to the upside and then strong pullback. Well, it actually resulted in price going slightly below this low, which seems to be like there was a stop loss kick out move. Stop loss is taken out, and then we see this nice rally. And at the same time now the trend still is bullish because higher highs and higher lows pattern is in place, and there could be another opportunity for buyers. Now why is that? First very important thing is of course the rejection of the 200 simple moving average. We had this rejection today, literally like 6 hours ago, and at the same time we had the rejection of the trend line. We have used the average price trend line, basically connected this low, this support area here where we had this rejection of the moving average prior to this one. And what we see is the bounce of the trend line as well as the moving average. At the same time, we can see that there is this support area or supply demand. We had so many bounces off it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bounces, and now it acted as the support. So certainly it seems like an excellent opportunity was presented for buyers at this low, and we see that how market reacted. We saw a very nice move to the upside starting from this level. Now what we might be expecting is the continuation of the uptrend, or at the very least one more wave to the upside. Maybe it will not produce a new higher high, but in the medium to short term perspective we're expecting the move towards the 118.22. Now this is the strong resistance based on 2 Fibonacci levels. First is the used this overall move to the upside where we have 23.6% Fips, and the second Fips was applied to this correction down where we have 61.8% Fips. And if you have noted, we have another Fips here on this chart which is applied to this last wave to the upside, and here we have 61.8 as well level right at 117.45. So here was no break and close below this price. This closing, it seems it was a market opening price, and this was due to the high spread, and basically this was after the weekend, so we are not considering that. But overall the closing price has been above the 61.8 Fips, and at this stage we might be seeing a correction down, pull back towards this 61.8 Fips, and then continuation of an uptrend. So there could be this consolidation, and only then price will go towards this level. But if we take the current price, the potential is not that big, it's about 60 pips, and if we take this low where price is likely to test once again or to come back once again, there will be around 76 pip move. So this is on the Swiss franc Japanese yen. Still a very bullish case for this currency pair. Now let's look at the correlated pairs with the Swiss franc as well as the Japanese yen. So starting probably New Zealand Japanese yen, and here we also have this uptrend still valid, and we expect here a continuation of an uptrend. So Swiss franc is still weak, and here we have 130 pip potential on this currency pair. So looks good. Since we shared these analysis, it continues to rise. Now moving on to the Swiss franc pairs, we have two more of them, which is the New Zealand Swiss franc, which seems to be getting very close to the key resistance. So maybe when the price will reach this resistance, maybe the Swiss franc will actually correct towards this support and then continue to move up. So New Zealand Swiss franc looks bullish, but expect also a potential trend reversal quite soon, or at least a pullback or correction to the downside. And now we are moving to the dollar against the Swiss franc, where we see yet another rejection of the downtrend trend line. Very clean bounce. So the analysis we posted suggesting that the price will continue declining. We see that this previous support area acted as the resistance this time, as well as bounce of the trend line. So maybe from this price we will see the continuation of the downtrend yet again, suggesting also a potential strong Swiss franc. So all in all, we have multiple confirmation that the Swiss franc could be strong, although there could be also this pullback before this move will take place. Moving on to other pairs we analyzed, starting or continuing with the pound against the dollar. Well, the trend is clearly bullish, and this is mainly, it seems now, will be driven by the dollar weakness, because we also expect the dollar Swiss franc to go down. Maybe there was this pound strength, and now we will switch to the dollar weakness, which will push the price further to the upside. On the New Zealand against the dollar, it's the same story. It seems like it will be driven by the dollar weakness, not that much to go. So we have about 50 pips to go on the New Zealand against the dollar, but there is a lot more to go on the pound against the dollar. It's actually 400 pip move, so could be quite a substantial one. And finally, Australian against the dollar, we can see it almost hitting the resistance. So maybe if it gets broken, we will see the move towards the second resistance as well. But overall trend is very, very bullish and remains bullish. Now moving on to the pound against the euro. We have this downtrend. Clearly last week candle we see was a pretty bearish, very strong downtrend, and it's most likely to continue. There are no signs that the trend will reverse, especially we broke below this low here on the weekly and daily time frame. So this is a downtrend, and we are likely to test the simple uptrend trend line and 88.6% Fibonacci support at 0.86 psychological level. So still is a downtrend. And we are left with Australian against the Canadian dollar. And on this chart, we also very bullish. Price continues to rise, so still a bullish case, and it could be driven by the Australian dollar strength, because we see what is happening to the Australian against the dollar, and there is another potential for the 200 more pips to the upside. And if we look at the Australian Canadian, there is a 120 pip move to the upside that is expected. So guys, that's it. We hope you did enjoy the Swiss franc Japanese yen analysis, expecting this small pullback and only then an uptrend, but at the same time could be moving to the upside non-stop. So if you enjoyed, smash that like, and of course don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you very, very soon with the new and very interesting analysis. So stay tuned, and till next time.